Greetings students. Today we are going to learn about one of USA's leading crude oil refiner company, Western Refining. Let us know this company in a much better way. Western Refining Company LP is a Texas-based Fortune 500 independent crude oil refiner and marketer operating primarily in the southwestern and mid-Atlantic regions of the United States. Western Refining WNR has been publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange since January 2006 and is the fourth largest publicly traded independent refiner and marketed in the nation. The company is headquartered in El Paso, Texas. Its refineries are located in El Paso and near Gallup, New Mexico. These refineries have a combined crude oil processing capacity of approximately 153,000 barrels per day, 24,300 m3 per day. Western Refining owns and operates a wholesale division that works in conjunction with the refining operations. Through the refineries and these affiliated companies, Western Refining serves a broad customer base in Arizona, Southern California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Western Texas, Utah, Northern Chihuahua, Mexico, and the Central East Coast region. The El Paso, Texas refinery was originally two refineries across Interstate 10 from each other, one operated by Texaco, one by Shell Oil. In 1997, the company Refinery Holding was formed to manage the refineries. It purchased them outright in 2000. Western Refining purchased a pipeline system from Chevron capable of delivering 115,000 barrels of crude oil per day. In 2006, it became a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. In August 28, 2006, Western Refining bought Giant Industries GI for $1.23 billion in cash, creating the fourth largest publicly traded independent oil refiner in the USA. The combined company created the capacity to handle about 216,000 barrels a day from four refineries, about 84% from then to Western current capacity at the time. In addition to its refineries, Giant Industries, based in Scottsdale, Arizona, owned a crude oil gathering pipeline system based in Farmington, NM, a fleet of crude oil and finished product truck transports, and a chain of retail service stations and convenience stores in New Mexico, Colorado, and Arizona.
I currently just finished my sophomore year at Texas Tech University studying chemical engineering. What I do here at Western Refining is I work both with the blending departments, the training department, as well as the process engineering department. So far, they've just taught me so much about the industry that I would have had no idea if I had not, partaken in the internship or maybe chosen another company. My favorite part of my position is actually getting out into the units and walking them and seeing how they all interconnect and tracing the systems. So one of the good things about working at a refinery this size, we get an opportunity to maybe get 3 or 4 units that are actually still very important, where if you worked at a large refinery, you might get a boiler, and that is your boiler and you will be the boiler expert. But here you get a lot more exposure to the refining. They really have a sense of family within the company. Everyone is very friendly, they talk to each other, they'll help everyone out regardless of title or how long you've been there. It can be a little intimidating walking into a company, that's this big, or a refinery plant that, looks like this. But everyone here has been really helpful, trying to just help me to learn the systems and things. And that's been a really great experience, as well as just actually seeing all the units and being able to go into them and experience what's actually going on firsthand. So I really feel that they've helped me out to really get my career off to a good start.
Western owns and operates more than 220 convenience stores and gas stations located in Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas. The company markets under its own brands of Giant, Mustang, and Sundial, plus a number of locations feature the brands of other oil companies. They also license a Western branded fuel to other retail stores. Western both purchases oil from the Mexican parastatal premix and sells refined oil products back to buyers in Mexico. In July of 2013, Western Refining hoped to raise $287.5 million in a public stock offering for its recently formed pipeline and storage subsidiary, Western Refining Logistics WNRL. The subsidiary, formed as a limited partnership, will operate, develop and acquire terminals, storage tanks, pipelines and other logistic assets, the company reported in a filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. It now has 300 miles of crude oil pipelines and gathering system and storage and terminal facilities for crude oil and fuel in West Texas and New Mexico. The bulk of the money raised from the stock offering would go to the parent Western Refining to reimburse the company for the assets used to form the logistic company, Western reported in its filing. It would use $50 million of the money raised for general partnership purposes, it reported. The logistic company will initially get all revenue through a 10-year fee-based agreement with the parent Western Refining for pipeline, terminal and storage services, it reported. The fees are expected to total almost $120 million next year, or 92% of its forecasted annual revenues of almost $131 million. The current capacity of the E1 Paso refinery is 128,000 barrels per day. An expansion is in the planning stages for 2013 to 2014 to increase capacity to 150,000 barrels per day. The refinery near Gallup, New Mexico has a capacity of 26,000 barrels per day after an expansion during 2012. Western Refining also owns a refinery in Bloomfield, New Mexico, but it's currently closed. Western Refining sold the Yorktown terminal and refinery as well as a segment of an oil pipeline in New Mexico to subsidiaries of Plains All American Pipeline Co. for approximately $220 million. The company retained its East Coast wholesale business and continued to market petroleum products in the Mid-Atlantic region, but focused its refining and most of its wholesale, retail and marketing operation in the U.S. Southwest. Western Refining has refined products terminals in Albuquerque and Bloomfield, New Mexico and Yorktown, Virginia, asphalt terminals in Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona, Albuquerque and El Paso. It also has a fleet of crude oil and finished product truck transports and wholesale petroleum products operation in Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas, Utah, Virginia and Maryland. So students, we got to know about the various aspects of Western Refining. We went through the company's history to its present market scenario. Hope the information about the company was useful. Have a good day ahead.